What's happening, y'all? It's game day today. Ravens Steelers. We call it Steelers Week. If you're a Steelers fan, you're probably gonna call it Ravens Week. But yeah, man. One of the hottest rivalries in sports, Ravens Steelers. I guess it's so hot of a rivalry that it got flex. We typically play 1 o'clock East Coast time. Uh, but I don't. I guess the powers that be wasn't feeling the other game that they had on. I don't know who was supposed to play tonight. I definitely think that there could have been better games to pick for tonight. I was really upset at first because I thought I had to work uh tomorrow. I thought I had to work Monday, but I realized that our company is observing the new year on Monday. So I get to stay up late if I can. I couldn't even stay up past the ball drop. I get in the old man tendencies, man. It's starting to really kick in. I couldn't stay up past the ball drop. I was knocked out sleep. Um, Probably like 8 something. But yeah, so I get to stay up tonight to watch the whole entire game without worrying about had to wake up a few hours later because I work at the crack of dawn. So I get to stay up and see this. It got flex, which surprised me because um I don't know. I mean, I I know that the Ravens are a respected franchise in the game. Definitely the Steelers. Steelers have much more history than the Ravens because we've only been here since 1996. Steelers been here since forever ago. But already the rivalry is really really heated up, and and especially with two backup quarterbacks. I mean, when the Steelers quarterback isn't a backup, but I mean he's a rookie quarterback. I don't know. I mean they float back and forth. I guess he's their number one right now. Definitely the way how we were picking the ball off all day long versus the Steelers backup during the last game. But my score prediction. Well, I'll get to that. I think that right now, definitely my pick is going to be. You can tell by the coverage, I guess, but I definitely think that the Ravens had the better team on paper. When I look at our defense versus, especially our run defense versus their run game, Steelers want to run the ball. I don't know if they can. Not against this defense. I don't know if they're going to be able to. Their best bet is definitely trying to pick on our secondary. Our secondary is starting to become aged. They're getting older, slower, um, and they're just you know. I don't even think Marcus Peters is playing this game, so we don't have our best out there this game. So it might even be because the Steelers quarterback number one had definitely had success driving the ball. Even Mitch Trubisky had success driving the ball when he had to come into the game, but kind of spoiled it with passing it back to the Ravens every drive, just about during that second half. But yeah. Um, so the Steelers' best bet is to run the ball. I definitely like their passing game over our secondary, and that's the only thing that really scares me about this game. Is the Ravens just the secondary just letting the Steelers go loose out in the secondary because they've done that with a lot of teams. Even with Atlanta, he racked up tons of yards throwing the ball without even throwing it that much. um, our passing game against the Steelers secondary, our passing game sucks, especially with Tyler Huntley in there. Our passing game is garbage. Uh, I don't know if he's going to do a bunch of check downs, short passes. I think one of the things he might do is definitely try to stretch the field out by taking attempts. Most of these attempts he won't connect on 20 yards or more, but at least it'll get the defense backing up where they're like, okay, he's getting kind of close. We got to back up, make sure he don't land one, and blow the top off the defense with a deep score or something like that. um, but yeah, I definitely think that the Ravens had the better team all around on paper. Definitely like our run game against their defense. I think we're gonna run the ball all over them again. Um, uh, Definitely need to run the ball first and second down. At least one, at least every first or second down, we got to have a run. Preferably, I like to see a 2 run to 1 throw ratio. Only throw the ball if you have to on third down. Screw that. And if it's close enough, run the ball on third down. They need to run this ball. They need to pound that rock. Um, but if you look at the history of it, Steelers have won most of these games. Um, they, they they just have been on the winning end more times than not. Even though every game's been pretty close, that there's usually never blowouts. Having once in a blue, but usually the Steelers Ravens games are close games, very defensive, low scoring. That's why I was surprised it got flexed, but because there's so many Steelers fans in this country, I think that that would have been a huge market to not show during the Sunday night game, especially with all that it has. Steelers are still fighting for a spot in the playoffs. Ravens still have a chance to win the division. Um, if they beat the Steelers and find a way to contain Joe Burrow and the Bengals, they can win the division. All right. So that'll be good to see. My school prediction: Ravens 17, Steelers 16. I think it's gonna be a real close one. I think whichever team blank first is gonna lose this game. That means turnover battle. That means we can't be having fumbles. We can't be throwing the ball to the other team. Definitely same with the Steelers. I think they're going. I think they might not have no turnovers unless somebody fumbles it or something. Or Humphrey gets a fruit punch in and punches the ball out. I think it's gonna be a close game, low scoring. I got the Ravens on top by 1 point, just because I do think that they are the better team on paper. Um, if they can just come up there and just do what they do and just have an average day, like how for a bowling analogy, just bowl your average and you'll beat these guys. I think that they have an average day. They don't have to be heroes. They don't have to go out there and try to make something out of nothing. Just go out there, play ball, have fun, and I think they'll have this game. All right, have a good one. Happy New Year.